mouth's dry. I could do this.
Could you please film?
Hey guys, what is up? Today I'm here with Loey Lane, and I'm doing a video where... I think I'm drunk. Really quick, I just got done filming this video, and I had to get drunk to film this video because it is so embarrassing, and she's making me tell it. But I just want to say that it is kind of just like I'm hanging out with you guys. It's a blabbery...
It's a story time, but it's just kind of talkative.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. It's that type of video. So it's not one of my clean cut, like, videos. Not that my videos are clean cut. Anyway, here's the video. Hey guys, what is up? Today I'm here with Loey Lane, and we are filming a video that I have never wanted to film, but she's making me.
What's about a secret that you've been meaning to tell me?
It is about one of my biggest, deepest, darkest secrets that I've never told anyone. Even like a lot of my closest friends didn't know this about me. And it's like, yes, it is funny, but it's so embarrassing.
Listen, so the thing is, Andrew had told me this, how long ago was it now? Like a few months ago, and you really kept it a secret. You never, like, and you would like really cryptically mention it. Like I would say something about One Direction or Harry Styles, and you'd be like, oh, I can't even like look at them the same way because of blah, blah, blah. And I was like, what is he talking about? So you didn't tell me for a long time, and we are best friends, and you didn't tell me for a long time.
I didn't tell anyone, and this was a thing that lasted for years. It does have to do with One Direction, and I had a lot of like association with them, not just like as a huge fan, but it got a lot deeper than that.
Yeah, can you tell the story from the beginning? Because I know like the nitty gritty of this, but you've never told me like how it started, like how this all kind of came to be. I spilled wine in like the jack of my phone.
It smells like hot dog pee. Can I sip it? I don't like it. I don't like it.
You didn't even drink it. It's rosé.
But it reeks.
It's rosé. So sorry, it's not a vodka Sprite. You 12-year-old.
We just got done filming on Loey's channel, so if you guys want to go check out her video, I mean, you probably came here from her, but if you want to go check it out.
No, go check me out. I need the clout. Thank you for sharing your subscribers with me.
Go do that. I'm trying to help her out.
I really need it. A lot of the times I love when Andrew comes over to my channel and I just like tell him stories or like tell him things and have him be like, ooh, yeah.
That's all I can do. Because on my channel, I'm like, fuck this, fuck that.
I have been begging you to tell this story because in my video, the whole inspiration for this came that I wanted to tell you about Babygate in my video about like the dumbest conspiracy theories of 2017. I don't even know what I named it. I was so convinced that I could convince you to tell this, and you were like, no. No. I've
said this a lot, but I genuinely feel like this is a video I never thought I'd be filming. But yeah, before we do get into this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe because you know how much that helps me. And follow me on all my social medias, which are going to be down below.
He's really funny on Twitter. I'm funnier, but like he's funny.
Okay, I guess it all started when, you guys know I was a gay fat loser, but I was like a closeted gay. That is the big thing here that you guys need to remember that makes this really funny because like, who was I kidding? So one day I was browsing on YouTube. You know I've been in YouTube and making videos for years, and even before I was making videos, I was involved in YouTube. I just loved it so much. I came across a video that happened to be a boy band video, and I was like, you know what, I'm bored. I got nothing better to do. Let me just click on this and give it a little view. If any of you are One Direction fans or were One Direction fans, you know the slippery slope that is One Direction. You watch one video, you look into Niall's eyes once, and you're done.
I was always the same girl. But I was also never crazy about them.
Well, then you don't really have a right to be any girl.
Okay.
I was a Niall guy. I immediately was like, I have a crush on him. He is gonna become my life. Honestly, at that point, I didn't know he was gonna become my life, but boy, did he become my life. Honestly, at the time, I really thought I was like looking up to them as like an inspiration. Yeah. I didn't realize I was
because you loved music.
I did love music. I still love music. A lot of you know, I do sing. A lot of their songs were in my range, so I really did like singing their songs. Like, all jokes aside, I really did enjoy singing their songs. But I did start watching all of their interviews and all of their funny moments and, all of their appearances and this and that, their music videos, and I just wound up falling in love with them.
Imagine how different your life would be if it had been like the pop group Victorious.
I love them too.
Tori Vega was my life.
At the time, yeah, I knew I had a crush on them, but I was just telling everyone I was very inspired by them. And I know what you're thinking, like, you didn't have to tell everyone. But, when I had an album on my phone of all Niall pictures.
Oh, yeah.
And, I was, what, 21 years old. I think people, got a little suspicious, and I had to do a little explaining there because not every straight 21, 22-year-old guy has an album of One Direction saved to their phone. That's like a little preface, a little prequel of the story until we get into the real deal and when I became a real, like really involved in the One Direction scene.
I just love this story so much. I'm sorry, I'm like on the tip tips of my teeth.
But you don't know how it happened. It was me, Taylor, and Brittany who were all obsessed with them. And one day they were coming to Jones Beach in Long Island, which is where we lived. And we were so excited. We wanted to go see them. But it was really close to the date that they were going to be playing. And we thought that there was going to be no way we were able to get tickets. We wound up finding out from one of our friends that if you go to an arena the day that your favorite band or favorite singer is playing, all of the tickets that radio stations have for like contests and stuff that they don't use, they sell back to the arena for the arena to sell that day to people who show up at like low prices.
Wow.
So we wound up going just to see if it was real, and before we knew it, we were up to the front of the line, and you know, we asked for our tickets, and we were able to get front row tickets for $80, which was insane because people around us in the front row were saying they paid like $2,000, $3,000 for their seats, and we paid $80 for our front row seats to the One Direction concert, which was just insane. It was an amazing, amazing experience.
That's so fun.
That night, we actually wound up finding out what hotel they were staying at, and like, let me start by saying, like, stalking any celebrity is wrong.
Wrong.
It's crazy, but you know, we were young. We were insane fans. It was like, I mean, that's not justifying it, but we were young, we were stupid. We didn't really realize at the time. So we wound up finding out what hotel the boys were staying at. And it just so happened that the twins' sister wound up knowing the security who was working at the hotel that day. What the hotel did is they said that they had no more rooms available. They weren't selling to anyone. So we automatically jumped online and bought a room online.
Yeah.
Where, you know, they can't block that out, or they didn't yet. We wound up getting a room, and we found out very easily what floor the boys were staying on because that was the only...
I literally can't believe you right now. FYI. This is crazy.
It gets like... It gets crazy. Okay. We found out what floor they were staying on easily because it was the only floor that was blocked off by the elevator. So we were like, that's so easy. So what we did is we clicked the floor and the doors opened, but there's a whole bunch of security there. I'm from like a family of cops. Chloe knew the security. We wound up just like talking to them and like making friends. They were obviously suspicious of us at first, but we were a little older. I was a guy. It didn't look as suspicious. We wound up bringing them pizza. Like, we were literally eating their asses. Like, just...
I like how you're talking about, like, stalking One Direction. You're like, I was a kid, I was dumb. You were, like, 21. Like, I was, like, 21, like, 3 years ago.
Well, maybe it was 3 years ago, Loey. We were eating the security guards' asses. Eating. And before we knew it, we were in their hotel room. They were, like, folding me, like, they're, like, putting my legs behind my... No, I'm kidding. We wound up being in the security guard's room. Like, we were playing games. We brought a whole bunch of board games. We were eating pizza. It was just like a big party. We were having so much fun. And
so wait, did the security guards have like One Direction security guards? Like they had their own room?
Yeah, they had their own room.
To think about.
Next to One Direction. And like,
yeah.
That day we saw One Direction at like our mall, or like, I guess we didn't see them, but like people we knew saw them, and they were buying video games. And then we heard the video games they bought in the next room.
That's crazy, dude.
Like, they were literally sitting in the next room playing the video games. And at one point, Liam and Loey came into our room. Them and the band, I think it was the guitarist and the drummer, they actually wanted to come play, like, Twister with us, or Pictionary. I forget which one it was. But they got in trouble because they had to go to sleep because they had a show the next day. And one of them actually tweeted, you can go find it. I think it was Guitar Man Dan was his Twitter. He was the guitar guy. And he tweeted like, oh, to the people who just invited us to play Pictionary in the corridor. I think he said corridor. He was like, thanks for that, but like, they couldn't. I don't know. It was so cool that they tweeted about us. We felt so special. Anyway, okay, so this is where the main point of the story starts. I wound up tweeting all of my pictures that I got that night at the One Direction concert, and it was just insane. I mean, Niall was looking at me, Harry poured his water bottle on me. They just wanted me. Like, they were like,
yeah.
They just weren't ready to come out of the closet at the time, but I know they wanted me. I wound up tweeting all these amazing pictures, and at the time, the biggest One Direction update account was One Direction Updates Online. And I think it might still be the biggest. Yeah, they wound up seeing my pictures and asking if they can tweet them, and I was like, fame. Literally fame, tweet my pictures. Like, literally, are you kidding me? That was the most exposure I ever had. Who knew I'd be sitting here filming a video talking about it with the Zoe Lane.
The Zoe Lane. Ooh.
And then they DM'd me and told me that they're actually looking for an older member to join their team who was a guy. And they asked me to just make an audition video. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna make an audition video, whatever. I made the audition video and I submitted it, and it took a few days, but I wound up getting on the account. After I got on the account, my job was basically to just update everything about the boys, like everything, where they were, which we were very safe about it. Like, you know, at that time I learned like what respect was. And I only tweeted like where they were after they were there, and just all pictures of them, obviously pictures they wanted. What was cool is a lot of the times their family or the boys themselves would DM our account and like give us correct information, or like, you know, if they didn't want something, they'd just be like, oh, can you please take that down? So we did have a lot of contact with them and their family especially, which I thought was so cool because, I mean, I always joke around I was like a gay fat loser, which I was, but like I had no style, nothing, but like they really brought me like out of like that weird place, and like I started having like a slight bit of style. I started doing my hair. Like they were such an inspiration to me.
Yeah.
So I went from like just being like this like random kid in Long Island to like running one of the biggest accounts where literally One Direction like was in contact with. So I thought that was insane. And then like a whole bunch of things happened where like the AMAs and a whole bunch of award shows were just reaching out to us and wanted us to go and like...
Are you serious?
Yeah, they wanted us to go and like interview things, and there was like a girl on our account. She created the account, but we all owned it. But she didn't want us to do any of it. She didn't understand a lot of like the media stuff, and she didn't want us to do anything. You know, we were offered a lot of brand deals before brand deals were even a thing.
Wow.
Like I actually had like 730,000 followers on Twitter. Like I knew what it was like to have a lot of followers at the time. But yeah, I just ran this huge account on One Direction, and I just updated their lives for years, and it's very embarrassing.
It's so cool. It's so cool because you were inspired, and of course, like, was Niall daddy? Yeah, like that's fine.
Still
and like,
is.
but you literally just said that they changed your life in a good way. Like no matter how small, they made a good impact on you. Like you dressed better, like you took pride in like yourself, and like I know what it feels like to literally be the gay fat loser. So I get that. And I went through that like most of high school. Like, I mean, yeah, it's like a little embarrassing. Like, you ran on One Direction account.
Literally, I'm gonna be like TMZ and edit out everything you just said and said like, yeah, it's pretty fucking embarrassing. I'm just gonna put that part in.
Please don't do that.
This video is gonna be such a bitch to edit with how I filmed it.
I'm sorry.
No, me. I've never filmed like this. I'm drunk.
There's a lot of power in finding what makes you confident, and there's something so great about finding people that you can relate to and people you're inspired by. And like, I know that you've told me the story and you like cringe into a ball every time that you tell it. And I kind of like love when you tell it because I love watching you cringe. But like all of that aside and all jokes aside and all like I hate you aside, it's so cool that you found something that you were so passionate about. And yes, this is like a cool story, like maybe it makes you cringe and want to die a little, but like you found something that made you so happy.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool at the time.
And you got One Direction, well, like part of it.
It was cool at the time because I just never thought seeing a tweet that they were like in Long Island and then going to the arena, like that day, that hour, it would just all snowball into this, me being the biggest One Direction update account in the world. But yeah, if you guys did follow One Direction updates online or you still follow them, leave it in the comments down below because that was me.
What made you leave, by the way?
I'm glad you asked that because I actually would love to include this. What made me leave is I found myself getting so roped up in One Direction's lives because they were living my dream.
Yeah.
You know, I was so busy updating on their lives, I wasn't posting on my YouTube channel, and I wasn't giving other people the opportunity to be inspired by me.
Yeah.
Which is why I make YouTube videos. That's why I left. I wanted to focus more on myself, and I should have fucking stayed because it did not work.
Look at you though, your YouTube channel is thriving. Stop playing down Andrew, he's my friend and I love him.
But yeah, that is the most cringy, embarrassing story of the time I ran.
It's so cool.
The biggest One Direction update account in the world. I'm sure some of the girls I had the account with are gonna see this. So if you guys see this, hi. Thanks for running that account with me. If you guys like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and follow me on all my social medias, which are gonna be in the description down below. And go watch all of Loey's videos. She's amazing and obviously one of my biggest inspirations. That's why I'm just like, Loey, you gotta film a video with me.
You want me in all of your videos so you look skinnier in comparison?
No, it's called clout.
That too. I think today I posted a video about like the dumbest conspiracy theories of 2017 or like the most ridiculous ones of 2017. I haven't decided how I'm gonna come at that yet, but if you guys wanna go watch that, the link should be below.
So go subscribe to her and follow her. And yeah, until next week, I will see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.